Hello, I'm Danny de Hek, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. Do you like multi-level marketing? Well, I have got an opportunity for you today, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, yesterday I was in a Zoom meeting. We gate crashed a Zoom meeting and there was a lady in there. Her name was Steph. And she was telling people how much this company had changed her life and how other people in the Zoom meeting just needed to sign up and start selling these products and building their team, and they could have the same wonderful life she had. I just about got a bucket and threw up in it. And then I started spamming their chat room and I started holding up signs saying it's a scam. And somebody come into my own chat room and said, "Oh, their lawyers are going to have a field day with you." And I said, "It's not a scam." Well, I've done my research and they're correct. It's not a scam. It's perfectly legal. They've ticked every box possible. They make sure they use the words correctly. When Stephanie takes these products, she said it makes her feel great. And I thought, well, I'm going to do my own research about this company. And I'm going to find out about their history. I'm going to put it together in a blog. And then I was going to chop out my little bit of a video and put it at the top of my blog like I normally do. However, because I had 180 tabs of other Ponzi schemes and multi-level marketing opportunities open on my computer, unfortunately, it was a wee bit crackly. And it didn't sound very good. Even though we got the gist of what they were saying and what they were pushing and what they were recommending people to do, I didn't really like it. So I thought I'd do a one-on-one video about this because I really want their lawyers to have a field day with everything I say. So I have to be careful with what I say because I don't want to get myself in trouble, because that's how they shut people who ask questions up. They intimidate them by saying lawyers. And everyone goes, "Oh, I don't want to be having a lawsuit." But the facts speak for themselves and you can make your own informed decision. I personally, everyone who knows, I hate multi-level marketing and I hate companies that feel they have to use it. And in my blog that I'm about to show you, and the video I had from yesterday, which I also like to show you, I just want to show you the disgusting tactics. And these aren't new. This is what I hear every day. I'm here to name and shame anyone running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam. And I'm calling all MLMs a scam because it doesn't matter how hard you work. What they sell you isn't what actually eventuates. And that's just my opinion. And I'm entitled to call anything I want a scam. Now, whether this company is perfectly legal and they've got their boxes ticked is for you to determine yourself. I'm not really going to take that battle on when I don't really need to. My blog speaks for itself. And you'll find the link to the blog in the description of this very video that we're doing live. Oh my goodness, he's doing it live. All right, so first of all, let's just have a wee look at yesterday's video. Hello, Pixel. The reason I was a wee bit late this morning was Pixel needed to go out. You're not going out twice. You've already been out once. So this is the video. Now, we do have the host of the meeting, which I did write down. Her name is Rika Stander. I think it's the right name.
Rika Stander.
Rika Stander. And she was the host of the meeting. I'm just going to play a little bit of it.
Foods are broken down.
We're going to
and
destroy
nutrients
this chat
is
room.
absorbed.
Oh, Jelly,
Now,
where do you find
Catalyst
these
is our
rooms?
latest, greatest multivitamin.
Yeah, so really what the part I wanted to go to is where she introduced this lady, Stephanie. And also, if you look at all the graphics, the PowerPoint presentation, and they give you ways that you can make money and what you need to do and the fear of missing out tactics, you know, why direct sales and wellness plus beauty. And they tell you, you know, like it's just a sales pitch. Nothing I haven't seen before. Richard Anderson, he came onto the show and he told me his last name is Richard Anderson MANNATECH. That's his YouTube handle. So no doubt he's one of the big supporters of it. We finished up opening up quite a few Zoom meetings and causing quite a lot of havoc. So here you can see there's a graphic, which you won't see very well, but my point is it's all multi-level marketing And here comes the lady, and she tells her experience. So this is Stephanie Sullivan, and listen to how wonderful her life is now that this company's come into it. And she's sitting there as happy as pie, wearing a dress with, I think, what looks like love hearts on it.
Across the world. Just our QR code again, it's 519. Thank you again for all the wonderful speakers tonight, and may all your businesses be blessed.
Blessed. Let's rub a bit of religious ceremony in there, eh? Oh, your company lawyers, I welcome it. Your company lawyers, I had 4 cease and desist letters in the last 48 hours, in the last 2 weeks. You can't do anything. You haven't got medical trials backing up everything you've. And they might have some medical trials. I don't know, but all I know is they've got a lot of patents. So that's just yesterday's video. But I just want you to hear Stephanie's first introduction and her hard luck story, because that's what we're focusing on here. You've got multi-level marketing, so go for it and don't threaten something you can't substantiate. I would relish the day of having your lawyers send me a lawyer's letters. Somebody tried to sue me in the New Zealand High Court 2 years ago for $3.8 million for defamation. We won. An hour and a half before the High Court judge looked at the file, they chickened out. Look, I will be able to go to Trustpilot. I will be able to go to all the other Google reviews, and I will find screeds of information about how people have purchased your product and it hasn't done what you guys claimed your products are doing. And that's exactly what I've done. I'll show you in the blog in a few minutes. But this was yesterday's video. I'm just going to reiterate. Hello, Kathy. Nice to see you here. And Velvet, lovely to see you here. So I would welcome the day. And you're more than welcome in the chat room to do so. So bring it up. And it's just snake oil. That's what it is. And we are dream stealers, but you guys can't get a real job. You're multi-level marketers. So along the top of the message, you can't read that properly. It says the company lawyers are going to have a field day with you, and you have to refer your friends. You're messing with 3 decades of old, respected, NASDAQ-listed companies and family. And I guarantee you, you haven't got any with your malicious content. Clickbait to promote friends or digital snake oil. Oh my goodness, this is what somebody posted in yesterday's chat. So I've done a pretty good lot of research. Every time you go out for a barbecue and you turn up, everyone will be rushing off, turning around and trying not to have a conversation with you, because your whole life is all about promoting multi-level marketing. Get a real job. Be an entrepreneur, come up with a product or a service and do that for a job rather than selling other people's hype. I mean, what the hell are you doing here? You're selling products and you're hoping you're going to get 20% if someone buys. You're going to push and lean on people, encourage them to buy you. Obviously, I was doing a bit of a rant at the time. Let's continue that rant, Danny. Witches potions. Goodness me, I will definitely do a review about this website. Go to dehek.com. Make sure you check out the website. And if you don't know who I am, I'm Danny de Hek, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. My website is protected by Google. Google Project Shield. Go and find out about Google Project Shield. I'm a journalist, and when I publish something, you won't get it off the internet. And I don't know why I've actually seemed to have missed that there. I'll just go back into that. So did she finish? Oh, I must have got the wrong end. So we've got to go back to the introduction and hear Stephanie, because it is actually quite a hoot. I don't know what I've done there. So, I even got somebody to clean your screen. It was a bad day today because I had too many Zoom meetings open. So here she is here. I think this is the part where she sells how wonderful her life is. Let's have a listen.
Feed it with the right kind of nutrition to allow that to work together.
Right, how many am I going to get in the chat room?
I'm now going to hand over to Presidential Director Steph Sullivan from the UK.
Well, terrible line.
The MANNATECH business model with us. Over to you.
All the words they use, MANNATECH business model instead of affiliate or multi-level or...
Steph.
Thank you, Rika.
There we go. We're just joined the chat room.
Such a great introduction, and I'm sure lots of people are taking notes on that. It was exciting to hear. Yeah, so I appreciate your introduction.
Appreciate your introduction.
On the European global, so different names of people that I recognise. So great to see you all. I'm going to share my screen.
You just.
Because I'm going to be sharing a few 15 minutes or so.
Oh, they disabled the chat.
Like I said, I'm Steph. I'm based in Cobham, in the UK. I live here with my husband. And dog.
You can't take control of the screen.
Years ago, when I was living here in Cobham, I used to be a caterer profession.
She used to be a
So
lecturer.
very, very long hours.
Oh my God, great.
I worked in a local tennis club as the head of catering. But almost I'm working too many hours.
This is her hard luck
not
story.
looking after myself.
Let me guess, her dog got run over by a
completely
bus.
burnt out.
The bus driver was
And
her
I ended
husband.
up
They separated.
unable to
She
work.
married a homeless
I ended
guy
up being
who
asleep on my settee
tried
for
to
20
stab
hours
her
a
in the
day.
face with a blunt instrument.
My job.
She spent 4 months in
Literally could
hospital.
barely leave my house.
She got
I
out.
was
She
38
had to
years
sleep
old.
on the streets in the same corner where her.
And the medical world didn't know what to do. Medical
Oh,
doctors
and she
didn't
had
know
an
what to do to
elephant
help me.
nose, and it was
literally
sucking up all these
here in my
peanuts.
house on my own.
And she used to get
Luck would
called.
have it, as they say, when MANNATECH finds you or you find
Oh,
MANNATECH,
this
it is,
saved
I
her life.
feel, is a moment
This
of
saved her
divine
life.
intervention. Because I could only go as far as my next door neighbour.
Oh my
And that is
God!
where
And she had a
I-
wheelchair. Well, I don't think we're going to have too much of good stuff there for you to listen to. Now, you get the idea, though, that all these people in these Zoom meetings have to come up with this hard luck story. She couldn't even get to the next door neighbour. I was talking over it badly. It was very crackly. However, her story is her whole life changed when she found MANNATECH. And MANNATECH isn't going to change your life if you sign up for their multi-level marketing packages. Yes, you can earn 20% on new orders. Whoa! And also, you can earn up to 30% on subscriptions. So that means when somebody subscribes to the products and decide to shove these products down your throat. Now, whether the products are genuine or not, I don't actually care, because all these companies like Arbonne, Malanuka, let's even throw Tupperware in there. Let's throw, everything like that is all to do with commissions and recruitment. So what I found is this company has got a checkered history. They have been in court multiple times and the like. So I'm going to make this so I can read it nice and clearly. I think that will work nicely. And we'll just make that a bit bigger on the screen. But this blog speaks for itself, and I have all the evidence to back up my claims and anything that I'm about to do. So let's just start and let's get into this one.
If you've ever found yourself drawn into a MANNATECH Zoom meeting, you'll recognize the script almost immediately. Heart-wrenching hard luck stories, grand promises of health, and subtle emotional pitches that quickly shift into full-blown recruitment spiels.
Yeah, so recruitment spills, like you want to recruit your friends and you want to save your friend's life under the name of health, is what they're all about.
These aren't wellness seminars. They are carefully choreographed MLM performances designed to bypass your critical thinking and hook you emotionally. And after watching enough of them, I can say with confidence, this isn't about health. It's about building someone else's downline.
Somebody in the chat room just asked about another opportunity. I don't actually know. I have heard that name, but feel free to message that to me on WhatsApp and I'll take a look at it. You can actually sponsor a review if you want. It's not rocket science, it's the heck science, as I tell people. But if you come to my website, you can actually look at my services. And in here, you can come down here and you'll see that I actually have a service where you can actually get me to do a review on an opportunity if you want to. It's not necessary. I'm just saying it's optional. I spend a lot of time. I don't get paid for doing this. And it's certainly not my best choice when it comes to earning money being a YouTuber. And also in saying that, if you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, it's a great time to do so now. There's a join button on the bottom underneath the video that you're looking at the moment. You can click that. You can be a member of my YouTube channel for $1 or $2 a month. I don't know exactly what it is. And if you're on my website, you can click on support me. It's a service where you can actually pick a membership where you can pay for a membership for $5 a month, $10, $15, or you can be a supporter for life. But hey, it's just an option. You don't have to support me. It's just if you've got a bit of money that you're investing in opportunities and you're worried about losing your money and you want me to do reviews, I do offer that service. Anyway, this is a review I've done on MANNATECH. So let's just carry on. It's the best way.
And what happens when you ask questions or speak out? The threats roll in. During one of my own live streams, a MANNATECH supporter warned me, the lawyers are going to have a field day with you. This kind of legal intimidation is textbook MLM strategy. It's not about truth. It's about silencing critics through fear.
Yeah, and that's just stupid, isn't it? If you can't have an opinion about something, without someone threatening to do lawsuits. That just shuts people up. And a legitimate company wouldn't even threaten that way. I'm not saying the company was threatening me with lawsuits. It's just some passionate person that was in the chat room decided to come into my live stream and start throwing comments into the chat room. And their last name was actually MANNATECH, would you believe? Anyway, so there we go.
The host of the meeting I attended was Rika Stander, who holds regular Zoom calls using this same link. If you tune in, you might just witness the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger and his Avengers calling out the deception live.
Yeah, so what we do, we monitor link rooms. This is her link meeting here, waiting for host to start the meeting. And if you come to my bookmarks, you'll see that we have screeds of meetings where people are promoting Ponzi schemes and scams, and we monitor all rooms. So if you want to, for us to monitor anything that you're doing at the moment, do check out my website. Do go to the Contact Us button, and there's a link called Bookmarks. And in the bookmarks, you'll see there's a place there where you can actually submit a Zoom link with anonymously. So we collect those, we go into these Zoom meetings, and we do a bit of sniff around, and we listen to these people. We do it on a daily basis. I say we because there's a team of Avengers that actually monitor these rooms. And right now, I do have that Zoom meeting link open, and we're monitoring it. It would just be a laugh if that she started broadcasting while I was doing this live. All right, so Stephanie Sullivan.
This was the same Zoom link where Steph Sullivan once gave her glowing life-changing testimony, but there's no guarantee she'll be on the next call. What you can count on is more emotional storytelling, strategically delivered to draw you in, and convince you this supplement-fueled fantasy will change your life.
Yes, that's all they do. They're just there to manipulate you and give you false hope. I used to own a business networking company, and people used to come along and they used to say, I'm an independent Arbonne distributor. And I'd say, oh dear, what are you passionate about? Let us help build you a lot of people want to work for themselves. So they go after the stay-at-home mum who wants to work on a computer and recruit people into buying their products. And that's why they target. And I don't like it. So when these people used to turn up at my business networking events telling me they're trying to build their business, I used to do the mathematics for them and say, for you to actually, make your $60,000 or $80,000 a year that you want to, you know how many products you'd have to sell and how many people you'd have to recruit? And it was thousands of people. And that's what these companies do. They prey on people who want that independent, passive income. And it's not a passive income. You have to become a full-time recruiter to make the money they claim that you can potentially make. And yeah, you can make the money they potentially say you can make if you want to sleep with the devil and lose all your friends and family. And that's why I don't like these things. I sell products for a living. That's what I do to sustain myself. I buy them from overseas and I drop ship them to local people. And that's how I survive. I'm not against making money online, but I am against using multi-level marketing techniques and having to recruit people and having your downline and having to have your tribe and your community and all that sort of crap.
A company built on recruitment, not products. MANNATECH is not just another supplements company. It is a decades-old multi-level marketing MLM scheme that sells overpriced products with grand health claims, while incentivizing people not to sell, but to recruit. Behind the glitzy branding and polished website lies a troubling history of deception, lawsuits, and regulatory red flags.
So this lady, Stephanie, that was on the Zoom that we just saw over here, she literally said that she started taking the products. She couldn't even walk to the neighbor's place. And then she started taking the products and they made her feel good. That's the terminology she used. She knows not to make false claims and statements anymore. All their words are crafted so cleverly that they're protecting themselves from lawsuits. And they've had their share of lawsuits that you will find out. You get commissions along the way. So it's just crazy. Hello, Bob. Nice to see you in there. So did I read that? I did, didn't I? It's not, yeah, we did. I'm pretty sure I read that. Did I read that? Yeah, I did. All right. So we're now down to the history of trouble they've had this company.
A history tainted by legal trouble. In 2009, MANNATECH and its founder Samuel Castor reached a $6 million settlement with the Texas Attorney General for deceptive marketing. The company was accused of falsely claiming its supplements could cure or treat conditions like Down syndrome, cancer, and cystic fibrosis, despite having zero FDA approval. These claims were reported by Courthouse News and other media outlets, not created by me. Castor was fined $1 million and barred from serving as an officer for 5 years. That alone should have sunk the company's reputation. Instead, it rebranded and kept going.
So the company founder wasn't allowed to serve as a company director, I presume that's what that means, for 5 years, and he was fined $1 million because of the claims they were making with their products. Now, as it said, you would think that would sink the company. And that's not my words. That's what's in Courthouse News, which we've got all the links in the bottom of this article. So false medical
hype disguised as nutrition. MANNATECH continues to sell products with lofty descriptions like the most powerful supplement you can take for your health and ignite your immune system. Products like Ambrotose and Manapol registered sign are marketed with vague, pseudo-medical jargon that plays on people's fears about aging, illness, and wellness. It's a clever tactic. Stop just short of making a medical claim, but say enough to plant the idea in your head.
Yeah, so it's all mumbo-jumbo, psychological warfare, and I believe a lot of these people that are pushing this down your throat have got NLP training as well. So this is quite cool. So this is what this is all the information that's freely available on the internet. I've just put it together in my blog.
Science or sugar? Many critics, including scientists, have slammed MANNATECH's flagship product, Ambrotose, as little more than expensive sugar. The idea that their so-called glyconutrients are revolutionary health boosters isn't backed by solid evidence. In fact, some reviewers claim they experienced no health improvements at all. Others reported feeling worse, with side effects ranging from nausea to illness.
Yeah, so I found all these reviews for people, just like I said I was going to yesterday when I had this guy in our what do they call it? In our chat room. Now, the next thing about Trustpilot, which is really, really interesting, I spend a lot of time on Trustpilot. I've done about 60, 70 reviews. Now, if I want to publish a 5-star review, it flies through. As soon as I do a 1-star review, their system picks up anyone that writes negative 1-star reviews and flags it as inappropriate or maybe defamation or whatever they want to. But getting a 1-star review on Trustpilot at the moment, in my opinion, is actually 10, if not 20 times harder. So if you've had a bad experience and you go to publish on those websites, they'll ask you to prove proof of purchase, the date, the person you dealt with, and you have to jump through so many hoops. However, on the other side, if you want to write a 5-star review, you can be just walking down the street and decide to do a 5-star review on their platform. It's ridiculous, and that's why I can't stand Trustpilot. However, Trustpilot, when we looked at their Trustpilot link, they actually did have 3,373 reviews. And when you click on the stars, you can see that they've had 3% have given 1-star, 3% have given 1-star reviews, 2% have given 2-star reviews, and 4% of people have given 4% of people have given 3-star reviews, and 9% of people have given 5-star reviews. So you'd probably think, well, that's not too bad. However, do you realize that they actually tell people to give 5-star reviews who are selling the product? Now, wouldn't you think that would be a conflict of interest? But if you go through, like I did, the 6 pages of 1-star reviews and copy them all into ChatGPT, this is the outcome that you get. And this is very true and factual.
The Trustpilot Mirage. MANNATECH boasts a Trustpilot score of 4.5, but dig deeper and you'll find a common theme among negative reviews. The products don't work, the claims are exaggerated, and the marketing feels misleading. One reviewer wrote, "Not worth the money, no noticeable benefits." Another noted, "I got sick from Ambrotose, waste of money."
Yeah, so as I said, you can go through here and you can read all this themselves. And MANNATECH have actually written reviews all the way through here. So anytime that anyone's written a review, they do write a response, which is fantastic. So recruitment engine, not a business, a pipeline. That is my next subheading.
The recruitment engine, not a business, a pipeline. Let's be honest. Very few people sign up with MANNATECH just to buy supplements. They are recruited into a business opportunity. MANNATECH's real pitch is that you can make money by building a team, not selling product. That's the hallmark of an MLM, and it's why they plaster build a business buttons on every page of their online store. They don't care if you use the product, they care if you recruit others.
Yeah, no, that was quite interesting. I did actually notice that. If you go to their website, and let's say you go and you're a shopper, a customer, and you've heard how wonderful their products are, you go into Australia, you go into their shop, and next minute you're scrolling through here looking at their products because you want to buy the Ambrotose, whatever it's called. And then, would you believe, on every page of their website, when you get to the bottom, I think, oh, this must be the main page. Oh, there it is. You get this product that you can buy for $40, whether you're looking for a few extra dollars or pursuing an opportunity to replace a full-time income. MANNATECH has a way. Add $40 to your shopping cart. Now, I would love to hear from people who actually have replaced their full-time income. Now, I assume that a full-time income these days could range from anything from $60,000 to $100,000. And I'm not going to do the maths and I'm not going to prove this, but I'm just going to use common sense. How many people do you believe work full-time for MANNATECH? I'd love to know. Very few people, I believe, would be earning $60,000 to $100,000 a year selling these products. How many of these people who are selling these products would have a wardrobe full of products that they can't sell? I don't even know. I did try to find out more about, how much products you have to buy per month. I don't know if there's a minimum order. I don't know any of this stuff, but I'm assuming they probably do. Anyway, so let's go recruitment engine, not a pipeline. Okay, so they tick all the boxes. They're legal. Woo! That's good.
They've ticked the ethical boxes, but that doesn't make them ethical. MANNATECH claims to operate under a strict code of ethics and is a member of the Direct Selling Association of Australia. That sounds good on paper, but I've seen companies with long rap sheets hide behind these same badges. Checking compliance boxes doesn't mean your model is ethical. MLMs are, by design, exploitative. A tiny few at the top profit from the perpetual signups of the many at the bottom.
Right, so I'm looking for the link to the Direct Selling Association of. I thought I had that there. I don't. Oh, it's a shame. So yesterday, well, not yesterday. We can go back to here. If I go to the opportunity, which I love that word opportunity, and you come down to somewhere here, you can sign up and look. They've got videos. Get started today. I'm pretty sure that they'll pass over the direct side. Oh, so you have to buy this $40 product. What do you get for the $40 product? And look, it's only available to the 31st of March, 2025.
Promotional pricing, available until March 31st, 2025. Benefits of being a MANNATECH associate, up to 20% discount from retail price. Never run out of your favorite products with a monthly subscription. Be rewarded for your loyalty with MANNATECH's 20% loyalty program, 90-day money-back guarantee. Create a flexible, global business on your schedule, your terms, from anywhere. Personal referral link, digital tools and resources. Earn income from referrals and more. Earn incentives including cash and travel. Recognition and rewards for your accomplishments. Training, support and expert advice. Excellent customer support. And remember that all purchases of the MANNATECH products impacts the lives of malnourished children globally through a Mission 5 Million program.
A Mission 5 Million program. Wonder if that's just a play on words. Does that mean they've given $5 million to children, or do they give $5 million a year, or is it just the name? Is it like, I don't know. But anyway, what I did find, we talk about the direct selling, of Australia, and I will add this in to the end, but I was under the impression that I managed to find that link at the bottom down here. Oh yeah, here it is. And the Direct Selling Association of Australia was quite good because they listed all the other. I thought originally when I landed here this was them, but then I come down here and I look at Direct Selling Organisation and members, and then we opened up a hornet's nest because here's all the other ones: Amway, Arbonne, everything you can think of, all these Herbal Lives, and there's their company right there. So, like obviously these companies have complied, ticked all the boxes, and they managed to carry on selling their products, doing direct selling. And notice they call it direct selling, not pyramid marketing. And did you notice all the things that you could benefit from if you just signed up, and that's all there to hook people in. But this is the part that I don't like about these people in Zoom meetings and how they use persuasive mind techniques to play with people who are contemplating, who may be on the bones of their ass, looking for some ways to make income, and or maybe even sick. But the techniques they use to encourage people to sign up, I can't stand. And this is the paragraph that brings that home.
Hard luck stories or hardened recruiters. Every MLM Zoom meeting I've observed starts with emotion. Stories of divorce, trauma, poverty, anything to lower your guard. But I've come to believe many of these stories are scripted, rehearsed, or exaggerated. These individuals aren't sharing to heal, they are sharing to sell. When commission depends on recruitment, compassion becomes a marketing weapon. And after watching dozens of these MANNATECH Zoom calls, I've noticed a disturbing pattern. Every so-called leader has a heartbreaking backstory they use to connect with the audience. I've even seen some of them in other MLM training calls being coached on how to deliver these stories for maximum emotional impact. Then they pivot to describing their new lifestyle, usually framed as some kind of paradise, funded by their supplement business. It's manipulative, it's rehearsed, and it absolutely disgusts me.
It does, it truly does. I was brought up in a religious cult. I used to believe the elders and the ministerial servant who used to gaslight us from the stage, and we were never allowed to question anything they said because they were versed with the Bible at the time. And I see these people in these meetings, as soon as you stand up and you ask a curly question, they shoot you down and they will make you feel stupid. And I just don't like it. So we found that Behind MLM had actually also done an article about them in 2017, and he went through them quite extensively and went through and showed all the and look, it looks like a pyramid. So all the all the facts and figures that you're about to see in my wee paragraph have actually come from this extensive article that you can see that Oz from Behind MLM has put out, which is pretty cool. And I'm wondering if the lawyers had a field day with him. But I don't even think this is their first rodeo, because you can see that he's actually done 1, 2, 3, 4 sugars and mums. Obviously, is this where they reviews? And so we've got quite a few articles which would, let's just have a look. So that's the first one that we've already looked at. Distance themselves from EM squared. So they distance themselves, and like this was 2014. So he's had a field day, chasing this company since 2004. This is 2017 again. Warned over multiple. Listen to these. I haven't even done this one.
MANNATECH warned over multiple FDA violations.
Oh, this is just goes on and on.
The FDA has warned MANNATECH of witnessed manufacturing and labeling violations. In a November 14th letter addressed to CEO and President Alfredo Bala, the FDA reveals it inspected MANNATECH's manufacturing facility for roughly a fortnight beginning December 28, 2016. The regulator also reviewed the labeling of MANNATECH products in May 2017.
Wow, they're just continuously getting bombarded by people trying to tighten up their marketing, aren't they? And we've got this one that's back in 2015.
Behind MLM first reviewed MANNATECH back in 2011. Key areas of improvement are identified were the headache-inducing complexity of MANNATECH's compensation plan, mandatory affiliate autoship, and high startup costs, $3,800. Earlier this year, a MANNATECH affiliate left a comment on a review, advising that there was no longer a $3,800 affiliate membership.
Wow, so to join up you had to pay $3,800 originally.
MANNATECH is an established player within the MLM industry, and with that experience comes the weight of a company that is nearly 2 decades old, primarily trading in glyconutrient-based products, plant sugars, and existing in an age where longevity is fast becoming a scarce commodity in the MLM world. Today we take a look at the MANNATECH MLM business opportunity and review it, warts and all.
Right, and then because Behind the readers asked me about sugar mums. I don't even know what sugar mums are, but this is let's have a listen.
Information regarding the Sugar Mums business opportunity is scarce, with websites related to Sugar Mums providing lots of marketing spin, but very little on the opportunity itself.
Don't know anything about that, so I can't comment what I don't know. 2011, so we've gone back to that original article. Joseph, what's that got to do with MANNATECH? Don't think that's anything to do with them. Oh, that's just gone to the homepage of MLM. Then's E squared back in 2004. So is this, oh, I see. So this is something I haven't even looked at before, reported by Behind MLM.
EM Squared Review. MANNATECH Charity Op Spinoff. Junesicant, 2014 in companies. MLM reviews MSquid logo. The company name MSquid is derived from the concept of eradicating malnutrition, using the squared efforts of a group. And with the name explained, you're pretty much getting the thrust behind the EM Squared opportunity. Sam Castor, CEO founder MSquid. EM Squared are based out of the US state of Texas and headed up by Sam Castor Wright, who is credited as CEO and founder. Castor founded MANNATECH in 1993 and served as CEO until his resignation in 2007. It should be noted at this point that Castor was credited as Samuel L. Castor, or just Sam Castor, during his time at MANNATECH. Typo or not, I can't say, but he's being credited as Sam Castor in all the EM Squared promotional material I've seen. Sam Castor, founder MANNATECH. Castor resigned from MANNATECH in 2007 amidst ongoing legal and regulatory controversy.
Well, I'm going to keep reading because it's interesting now.
Mr. Castor suggested his own resignation so he could focus on company marketing, said MANNATECH board member Mr. Larry A. Job. Mr. Job said the board wasn't displeased with Mr. Castor, but that the lawsuits gave members a lot of concern. Paperwork filed with the SEC indicate disagreements between Castor and the board of directors were the reason for Castor's resignation.
Yeah, and I think I'll go back to my original story that we had just above here, where it actually said that he was told he couldn't serve as a company head or director for 5 years. So maybe that's where that came from. All right, so let's have a listen to this pay-to-play bit of, and see what we summarized all that information that we got from Behind MLM.
The compensation plan, pay-to-play disguised as opportunity. According to Behind MLM's 2017 review, MANNATECH's compensation plan is complex, full of jargon, and designed to benefit only those who recruit aggressively and self-purchase product regularly. The 19-rank system rewards people based on group volume, GV, personal volume, PV, and a convoluted structure that includes bonuses for autoship compliance, team building, and rank matching. The deeper you dig, the more obvious it becomes. This is not a business built on customer sales. It's a recruitment engine masked with health claims and topped off with a pile of confusing acronyms. The compensation plan requires regular purchases to remain eligible for commissions, a classic pay-to-play model. That's not ethical business. That's a pyramid with supplements taped to the sides.
Yeah, so you got to buy the products, use the products, get in bed with the products, get in bed with your neighbor, sell them the products, go find your friends, recruit. You might as well start your own business. That's what I'm saying. And that's what I used to say to people. People used to come along to my business networking. They used to say they were involved in some sort of multi-level marketing company. And I say, what are you passionate about? And they go, what do you mean? I go, well, yeah, you're passionate about these products. Oh, yeah, they're really good. And I'll go, really? And they'll go, oh, well, I'm trying to find myself a passive income. I said, what do you do? Oh, I had one lady who, it wasn't multi-level marketing that she was doing, but she was getting paid 10% commission, traveling around New Zealand in her own car, doing wine samplings, hoping that when they buy the wine, she would get 10%. I said, oh my God, how can you make money on that? And you're building and promoting other people's brands. So I said, what are you passionate about? She said, fitness. I said, go and get yourself trained up as a fitness instructor. And that's exactly what she does. She now works at home from her own, she's got a long garage. She's made that into a gym, and she does personal training from her own home, and she's living the dream. Now that lady would still be traveling around Queenstown and all the other wee towns around New Zealand trying to sell wine. Well, now she gets out of bed in the morning, goes into her shed, and her clients come and see her, and she can train them and do something that she's passionate about. So if you want to make money, find something you're passionate about. Go get some advice on how to turn that into income. I love working online. I love YouTubing. I'm not currently making money at it, but I will make money eventually out of this game. Whether it makes me rich or a millionaire is not really my dream. I just want I want to do a good day's work for a good day's pay. and that's all I'm doing. But if I can make a full-time job out of doing my passion, that is really the key to everything that you do in life, isn't it? And these people are not going to be able to do that. You have to be a very aggressive, horrible person, like a Megan Lynch, when starting to sell and push these products down people's throats. Even if the products are fantastic, you still have to recruit people. You still have to go out there and do the sales, and you have to work like a demon. This is not a stay-at-home passive income opportunity. This is, I'm going to get a suit and tie on, and I'm going to go to every networking group I know and try and push these products down people's throats.
Final warning. MANNATECH is an MLM first, supplement company second. MLM, not your health, is the real product here. Behind every glossy label and emotional Zoom testimony lies a system built on recruitment, authorship, and downline chasing. Be clear. MANNATECH's model is multi-level marketing first, and wellness marketing second. Despite the polished website, product bundling, and loyalty programs, MANNATECH is fundamentally an MLM scheme. Its priority isn't your health, it's your recruitment potential. They'll dazzle you with supplement science and wellness buzzwords, but their true business is multi-level marketing. That's why I do not recommend signing up for this so-called opportunity. Not because I dislike the people involved, but because the model itself is broken.
And that's true. I got nothing against these people who are trying to make themselves an income or a job or work online. I work online myself.
People rarely earn the money they are promised, and they often end up with garages full of overpriced supplements and a downline that never materializes. MANNATECH may be NASDAQ listed and 30 years old, but age and status don't wash away the truth. MLM is a flawed and predatory model, and MANNATECH is no exception. Stay vigilant. Don't be swayed by emotional stories or shiny supplements, and don't confuse marketing hype with medical truth.
Yeah, so that's basically my blog. That was my research. I did that simply because somebody came into the chat room and they said to me, oh, they're going to have a field day with you. And I'm going, well, I'm just going to do my own research. Every time you get involved in these opportunities, they tell you to make sure you do your own due diligence. They also hold up a disclaimer, telling you, that they're not responsible for past performance and, all the normal jargon that they give you, telling you that you need to do your own due diligence. So then when somebody like me comes along and does the due diligence and puts a blog online, I seriously do get cease and desist letters from these companies. Like I said in the video earlier on, I've had 4 cease and desist letters in the last 3 weeks, and from people. But, this lady, Steph Sullivan, this product, she's claiming that this product has changed her life and she couldn't even walk to the next door neighbors. And now life is just wonderful. And she's, basically yelling that down the Zoom line. So it just infuriates me. And you can see that I'm not the only person reporting about this company and telling you the truths. And also you can go to their reviews. And as I said, Trustpilot's disgusting. Trustpilot, I have a whole list of correspondence with Trustpilot. They will, at the moment, only take 5-star reviews. And if you have your own business and you are listed on Trustpilot, they send you junk mail telling you that you should sign up and pay for a subscription. So I get Trustpilot reviews on here. I've got reviews from people saying that I am promoting OneCoin. And you can't get these reviews off because these are people that are just, follow me around the internet because they are, the scammers themselves or the promoters of these platforms. And they write, you could just read this with half a brain and know that this isn't true and genuine. And I've even provided the facts to what they're claiming here below. So, Trustpilot's just a stupid scam, if you want my opinion. All right, guys. Well, that's basically my review on MANNATECH. And if you want to know more information about them or you've got any comments, please do go read it on my website. Just go to dehek.com. And if you want to get involved in this multi-level marketing opportunity, go for your life. give us some feedback. Tell us how much money you've actually made. Did it actually manage to replace your full-time income? And if your full-time income, I would assume a full-time income should be $60,000 to maybe $100,000 a year. If anyone is earning that income from this company and you want to reach out to me, I'm also open to an amendment on the blog. And if I've got this terribly wrong and all the information that I've got from articles that have been posted on the internet by the court system, or Oz website has got things dramatically wrong and it's not multi-level marketing, please feel free to provide me a statement, and I will put that on the website to back up the information that I may have got incorrect on this video. That's what I call a more PC version. Anyway, I'm Danny de Hek, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, and I'm here to name and shame anyone running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or potentially a scam. And I'll be honest, I can't stand multi-level marketing companies. I think it's a disgusting way of marketing your products, especially if it's all created around a whole lot of hype. Anyway, that's me. See you in the next video. I'm not going anywhere, guys. I'll tell you what I'd like to do now is I'd like to do a part 2 of this. And that is where we turn that off, turn that off, turn that off, turn that off, turn that off. And let's have some fun. And let's see if there's some meetings on at the moment. Zoom meetings, because this is where I got involved in this opportunity the other day. Oh, I just clicked the wrong button. That was very clever. Oh, 1 minute, please, caller. 1 minute. Clicked the wrong button, didn't I? So we may go crackly here in a minute. We'll find out. What I did do, they've updated the browser. We're going to open 58 tabs, and then we're going to open up another 58 tabs. There's he is. Jelly Snack comes in when I go into these Zoom meetings. Well, now I'll just have to wait for the defamation lawsuit to start. Good morning, Jelly Snack. Nice to see you here. I don't know what it is about Jelly Snack. I think it's her name. That's quite appealing, isn't it? Everyone loves jelly. Rightio. So let's see what we can do here today. So we're going in there as Stephanie Sullivan. Oh, I didn't update the name. Oh, we'll be a lady today. That's going to be fun. And we'll go in here and we'll just see how many of these meetings that we can visit. And if you've got any links to any Zoom meetings that you'd like me to have a look at, we can do. I don't want to be here all day today, but I thought I can't just do a 45-minute, you know what I mean, summary of that company. We have to have a bit of fun along the way. And if you have been, you've just watched this video and it's the first time you've been to my YouTube channel, when you see that I've just opened 170 tabs of Zoom meetings, all these companies are using Zoom to promote their multi-level marketing companies. Now, if you go into Section 8 of Zoom's policies, which I must find that and bookmark that so I can bring that up, you are not allowed to use Zoom to promote multi-level marketing or any financial opportunities. It's clear as day, but they don't enforce it. They used to enforce it when I used to report to them every day and saying, how come you're letting all these companies use your services when it's against your own terms of service? Then they finished up banning me. They started watching my videos and I started getting more and more threatening letters from Zoom telling me to shut up, basically. They obviously make a lot of money from letting people use their services to promote their multi-level marketing. Now I'm just opening up 180 tabs at $20 a month. That's actually $3,000 or $4,000 a month of money they must be getting just from people using their services. Hence why I don't believe they want to shut down people who are using their platform incorrectly. But anyway, in the meantime, I don't have Zoom anymore. They banned me, and now I use a web browser like you're looking at. And anybody can, if you want to help me storm into these Zoom meetings, like many of my Avengers do, cause some disruption, then what I suggest you do is go download 7 different web browsers like I have, and install them on your computer. And then every time you get kicked out of a Zoom meeting, empty the cache and log back into that Zoom meeting under a different name. And what you do when you get in there the first time is you grab everybody's name so that we can go back into the meeting using people's names that are already in the meeting, because then the host will go, oh, that's such and such. I know that name, and they let you in again. That's just a wee game we play, because we like to educate people how to be vigilantes. I'm currently, investigating a lot of scams. Some of them have got into the billions of dollars. Sam Lee, Hyperverse, they have literally stolen billions of dollars from people, and their scam is still going today. Privacy statement, what the hell is that there for? Sign up free. Must have tapped the wrong one on that one. Oh, I see what I did. Right, so there is around about 180 tabs open, which is quite good. We've been communicating with Stripe for VidMe. VidMe.io is a platform which guarantees that you're going to have as much fun on their platform as you would on YouTube, and you pay $35 a month. But it's interlaced with commission-based two-tier bonus pack Ponzi schemes. Anyway, so I noticed they have been taking payments through Stripe. So we started an investigation with Stripe, and Stripe's come back to us twice now saying they are escalating what I'm claiming they're doing to a new level, and so we might actually be able to get them removed, which would be really cool. All right, let's see what we've got. I'm going to open up the Avenger window as well, which is and see if there's any. There's quite a bit of movement in here. Just while we're waiting, we could see we've got make sure we've got a few Zoom meetings here, which I don't know. Passcode. I'll just get the passcode for these meetings in case I need them. And what's this one here? There we go. Email. We have got a few email ones too that we can do. So if you even need to put an email, just make up the email address. It's not rocket science on that one. Unleashing the power. Oh, brilliant. You've got that one. Oh, that's good. Thank you. Now that does remind me, I need to open up a whole series of these as well. So we're going to bookmark this, and we're going to put that under choose another folder. We're going to put that under ones that need an email. YouTube. Login first. No, we wanted the email needed. Here we go. So we have everything done. Now watch this. We go to here and we go email needed. Email needed. We're going to go to open all four of those. Did it again. Hold it. I've moved a link on me. Open 4 links. They're all done. Open Zooms, link, login first, Avengers, webinars, passcodes. Well, we won't do passcodes because I know I'm trying to not go too crazy with the amount of links that we have open. It is 25 past 12, so we're probably not going to have much chance of finding a meeting starting, but we might get a tail end of one that will keep us entertained until the hour. Alrighty, let's see if there's any. Waiting for host to start meeting. Waiting for host to start meeting. So if you're looking at the center of the screen, you will see waiting for host to start meeting. When the host is in the meeting, it actually says host is online, will let you in soon. So that's what my eye is trying to do. So here's a typical one. That looks like a pyramid straight away. Let's have a listen. I've got 31 people
Robert,
in here.
You now go from the associate level to the senior associate level. That means for the same work that you earned $80, now you're going to earn $100. Right? Manager is, again, $300 in total premium. That's sales combined by you now and your team. And
it's all team stuff.
3 business partners on top of what you've already done over here. Right?
Alrighty.
So it's easy to progress. All you're doing is you're doing it in a way that it makes sense. We're going to help guide you. But associate level to senior associate level, right? Do that in 20 days, right? Company gives you 20 days. So many people do it in 2 or 4 days, right?
Right.
We've got something called a fast start class, right? Take the class, educate yourself about,
and that will be the scam.
Who we are and what you will be doing. You're going to take it anyway, right? But the company, if you do
browsers,
an extra $200 bonus
for
your time. Take it in person live in our class, in our live Training is going on all across America.
Is it?
They're going to double
I'm
that
going to
to
miss out if I don't do it.
$400. Imagine in 4 or 5 days getting a $400 bonus
Imagine
just
that.
for doing what you were already going to do, right? 45 days, hit that manager level, right? Any combination of business plans, individual
All
plans,
right, so we're going to log into a few meetings.
and 3 total business partners. Now you're going to get a $500 additional bonus, right? Guys, that's $1,000 in your pocket. You decide when you want to do that.
All
Do it
right.
in a week. Do it in 2 weeks. You have up to 45 days to do that. I would say I'm not going to wait around. I want to do this quickly.
Oh, he's
You're going to progress all the way up to $416 at the
leading the
executive
witness.
director level. Now, we also have team overrides. That's simply sharing it with individuals who are looking to make some extra income.
Oh, we're going to have some fun there.
Who see the value of our services. Hey, yeah. And say, hey, I'd love to jump on board. I'd love to jump on board. I'd love to be part of this team. I love the dynamic. I love who you guys are.
Yeah.
So let's say that Nick and I know each other, right? And Nick says, hey, Bob, look, man, I just found out about something. I'm pretty excited about it. Man, it's definitely helping me out. As a matter of fact, I'm making enough income to, take my whole family on vacation, whatever it might be.
All right, we're going to have some fun here, guys.
Nick's a senior manager. He talks to me. I'm like, man, this sounds really good. As a matter of fact, I've got a brother in West Virginia who could definitely use this service.
See?
I talked to
Sell
my
it
brother.
to your friends and family.
He buys the plan. I make $80 in commission. Nick gets the difference between senior manager and associate. So that's $46, $32, $20.
All right. So we're going to flip the sound off.
That's $98 that Nick earns from the company.
Have a look at the chat room.
He didn't even know my brother in West Virginia.
So he's turned the chat room off.
Imagine if he talked to 5 Bobs or 10 or 20, built a team over a period of time. We are all now contributing to his bank account or your bank account if you decide to do this.
This is a load of rubbish. You're just selling multi-level marketing, you old man.
Hey guys, let's go
this
ahead.
is one of the haters, is it? Is that what you're going to say? People, we're so successful that we get these haters that come on the channel. Why don't you just get a real job and stop selling this shit to people? You're just a scammer.
All right, guys, let's go ahead.
Oh, come on, guys, let's cut this guy off. Don't let this guy speak. He's raining on my parade. We've been following you. We know where you live. Everyone in this room is getting broadcasted live on the internet.
Sorry, guys,
we are broadcasting you live on the internet. If everyone in this room we're documenting your names, we're putting you in a database. The RS, whoa, hey, look at this, guys, brilliant. So this is the whole meeting. So we've opened up 4 meetings. The guy couldn't stop us. And then he shut down the meeting. So that is a victory in itself. Isn't that great? So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to refresh the windows and we'll go back in there. And what I should have done is I will actually go through and add the names. So we've got Eddie, HWANG. So that will be somebody he's familiar with. And now we're going to go and refresh this window as well. And they will start this meeting up again. So now we're going to go to OTS Thompson, Thompson. So that's another one ready to go. And we'll refresh this one. We now have got Dave.
Hey, Otis. Hey, guys, I apologize for that. Some people just don't have a life, okay? So we're going to go ahead and cut this short. We're going to go ahead and pick it up tomorrow, but we'll go ahead and report.
You're just a scammer, though, aren't you? That's all you're doing. What the hell are you doing, mate? Why are you doing this for a living? Oh, that was so funny. So, Otis. So now we'll see, but the tactics we use are friggin' brilliant, really, aren't they? So now we're going to go to Dave Henry. Henry. We're going to pick this up tomorrow. So whatever he's going to try again. Let's see if he tries again. He won't be able to go back in there. Anne, we'll go back in there as Anne. and that will teach you not to have a chat room on and leave the mic open. Spur. You can't see what I'm looking at, but I'm trying to make it interesting for you. Brilliant. That was brilliant. Look at this. So he's all right. Now we've got another one here. We're trying to. I think that guy was Bob. Oh, suck on these nuts. Was brilliant. I think Bob Joseph. I think that's actually his name. I don't know if we should go in there with his name. That might just be a bit much. And the last but not least, I've only got another name. I think we'd have to go in there with, we've got Dave, Eddie. We'll go with Eddie. Eddie, H, sorry, I'll have a look at the screen in a minute. I'm just getting in here so we're all ready to go. He won't be able to help himself. There we go. And we'll now refresh this screen. I'll take a screenshot of those names so in case I need to use them again. What a shame I didn't get all the names, eh? What have we got here? Easy looking. He couldn't figure out how to turn the mic off. That was the funny thing. So I'll just refresh that window. All right, so we're back. Stephanie Sullivan. So we'll leave that one going for a wee while, but that was a crack up. So that's the sort of typical thing that we do, which at the end of the day, it was all
This meeting is being recorded.
Now, here we go. We've got 16 people in this room, and we have spiritual. Now this time we'll learn our lesson. We'll actually go gallery view, and we will make it that people with videos, non-video people, and we'll take a screenshot of all those names. And I'm just going to chuck them into the chat room for my Avengers. And I would recommend going in one of those names. I'll just open up a message here. And we'll tune in a second. We'll find out who this meeting is. Hopefully it's in English. And also I need to get myself organized here, don't I? I've got that link. Just getting a link ready for the chat room spam. Brilliant. All right, put that over there. Getting more organized here in a minute. Okay, it's QQuest. So this is the health guys again. Oh, this is fun. So this is another health company. This one's worse than MANNATECH, but look, we'll have a listen and see what they're peddling.
Mute all the lines here. All right. Give me 1 second here. Let me just do this really quickly. Post controls.
So we've got.
All right, perfect. Now we're back in business. All right, so what we are, ladies and gentlemen, is a microbiome company. We focus exclusively on gut health because everyone has been asking this question. Is there one thing that everyone can focus on every day to achieve optimal health?
Yeah.
And the answer is yes.
Chewing gum.
That one thing, we call it the power of one. We simplify, we focus on it. We tune right into it. It's called your center of health. Your center of health is your gut, brain, skin, and your lung microbiome. And how do we address that one thing? With plants. And this is why we say the statement, plant life gives life. It is
plant life gives life.
Because the plants help to recycle something, what we call carbon dioxide that we exhale. We can't store carbon dioxide and be healthy.
It's going to get noisy here for a second.
Exhale it as a waste
This
product.
meeting is being recorded.
Take that carbon dioxide and they make what?
This meeting is being recorded.
In the form of oxygen, and the carbon goes back into the carbon cycle.
This meeting is being recorded.
Fruits and vegetables in the
Okay,
form
we'll
of
fix the sound in a second.
So it's a repetitive cycle. So
This meeting is being recorded.
We're not following that cycle. Veer off to a different pathway. That's why we start to get this. Plant life gives life. Plants are what repairs. It's the raw material. It's the raw material. Now, why do they have so much interest? Why do they have so much interest? Why are we even talking about microbiome health? It's because the microbiome is the root to better health. It's not a remedy. If you've been taking pills for sleeping to manage your weight, if you've been taking energy for sleeping, pills to manage your weight, anxiety, energy, pills for your mood, anxiety, depression, pills for your immunity.
So
right?
These claims are really unsubstantiated, aren't they?
Because you have to ask yourself, because you've seen people, your grandparents, your parents, other people, your friends, your family, everybody's taking a pill for something. your question should be, when are these pills going to work?
So what I've
That's
done
the real
with this
question.
particular one
So we've been
is I've actually
focusing on
gone
the
in
wrong
here
thing.
with everybody's
Now,
names that's
why
already in
it
the
is
meeting.
important to have a healthy gut microbiome, and what I always like to put it in perspective to let everyone understand is planet
So
Earth is
the
a
chat room
microbiome.
is
Planet Earth
disabled.
has over 8 billion people, right?
So there's
It has
only 22
ecosystem,
people in
trees,
here.
plants, all these different things. Inside of us, there's over 100 to 150 trillion cells of bacteria.
So
That
we
is
can't.
another
Oh, the chat room
ecosystem.
is
They have
disabled.
families, they have friends, they're bacteria.
Okay.
They want to live just like we do.
So I can
They
turn the
live in
mic
different
on. I
neighborhoods.
can't turn the mic
right?
on.
Some of them
I
live
don't
in the
think.
gut. Some of them live in the brain. Some of
I'll
them
just
live
have a
in
wee
your
test
lungs.
of
Some of
that.
them are on your skin, right? These hundreds of trillions of bacteria.
Millions of trillions of
Now, our
bacteria.
body is also made up of viruses and fungus as well.
No.
These are the good ones. There's a relationship. There's a relationship. They do something for us, and we do something for them by feeding them. That's what we do. We give them the nutrients, and that's
Right.
that's
So
a
let's put my
relationship
hand
that
up
we
and
have
see if
with
they let me do that.
bacteria, viruses, and fungus. Now, what I see somebody is raising their hand here.
Okay, I'm just going to see if I can turn the mic on.
It is important. Let me do this just to make sure. So it is important to understand that the ratio of bacteria to human cells is 3
So it's
to
a
1.
bit suspicious, which is quite good.
So if you think about it,
And I've
what
got
that means is we are mostly bacteria. All right?
I've shaken them.
Miss Mel's knees raised in her hand. All right, here we go. All right, guys, it's not the time to raise your hand yet. But anyhow, so what is a microbiome? It's a well-defined habitat in environmental conditions of bacteria, viruses.
He's getting shaken.
Got some hand raising going on in here.
What? You're not allowed to put your hand up?
All right. Miss Marion Ferguson, are you raising your hand? All right, look like we got a hacker in here, so this is what I'm going to do. Give me 1 second there.
What are you going to do, Sunshine?
I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do this. Give me 1 second here.
1 second. He's going to report everyone.
So what I'm going to do is
put my camera on.
Ah, there you are, Mr. Anwin. What's going on? Do you have me on YouTube? Because I know you usually do.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's not nice.
Yeah, fuck you guys. You scammer.
That is not nice. You have me on YouTube?
Scammer.
You can type it out.
Yeah. Your
I've
chat
been
room's
trying to
off.
get on YouTube forever.
Oh, good. You're a smart ass. Well, put your chat room open then. There you are. Yeah.
I got this little hacker guy here.
Little hacker guy. Big hacker guy. You get my camera right now. There you go. That was fun. What? Oh, we can't hear him now. We'll turn the mic on.
Do you have a problem with that?
Like that.
Why don't you talk to the owners?
I have.
Why are you on our call? If you really want to have a discussion, listen, send me a text message, send me an email. All right? And we can go on your YouTube channel. How about that? Is that good?
We are now. Turn the mic on.
It's good.
Turn the mic on. Turn the mic on.
Just put it in the chat.
No, chat room's shut. The chat room's closed.
We'll go on your channel and we can talk about it.
Okay.
And if you really have a problem with any company, why don't you talk to the owners? Why are you on our call?
Yeah. Talk to the owners because you're the memes. Oh, I remove me. Well, he really showed me, mate.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get back into it. This gentleman is really getting on my nerves.
Really?
See, whenever you're doing something good, you have people like that that jump on your call to try to disrupt it. But anyhow, let's get back to what a microbiome is. A microbiome is a well-defined habitat of environmental conditions, bacteria, genes, DNA, genetic codes, and so much more. Where do microbiomes exist? They're everywhere. They're all over. There's human microbiomes, there's animal microbiomes, and there's environmental.
Cure for cancer.
Do you understand that when you eat food, especially meat, there's bacteria internally and externally on that meat that you're eating? So if you're eating chicken, internally chicken has salmonella and shigella, right? If you ingest raw chicken with salmonella, you're going to end up in the bathroom.
Scare tactics, amazing.
So this is why this is just a powerful area of health. Also, I don't know anyone that eats raw chicken. What about raw beef? It's the same thing. Animals have microbiomes. And the reason why 70 to 80% of our immune system is in our gut microbiome, it's there for a reason.
He's locked the meeting now.
This is your immune system. So anytime you have any foreign invaders, like foreign bacteria, your immune system triggers.
Why don't you give me the pills? You might be able to get rid of me.
So this is why it's important for us to cook our meat. So the environmental microbes are the bacteria that's in the soil.
So we're just going to put him on another screen while we go find someone else to hassle.
We eat the plants, and animals eat the plants, and we eat the animals.
There you
so
go.
This is a very powerful area when we're talking about microbiomes. Now, the human gut microbiome is your entire digestive system from your mouth all the way to your rectum.
A health professional, do you think?
Everything that
or do you think he's
everything that you drink,
a multi-level marketer
liquids,
trying to
medicines,
make his
toxins,
a full-time job?
all of these things, probiotics, viruses, and even an occasional penny or pebble. All of these things make up our microbiome.
15 minutes to 1 o'clock, which is going to be good.
Enzymes,
on the hour,
they
all come out.
Hormones,
the zombies come out.
Testosterone, estrogen, chemical, nutrients, and any intermingling of all these products inside your stomach makes up your microbiome.
Yeah, right.
Now, what's nice is every person is unique. Everybody on this call is different because we're experiencing different air qualities. If you have pets,
Randy's removing from the meeting.
They have bacteria that's around them and internally as well, and you're sharing in that microbiome. Now, what's really nice is this diagram explains most of it, right? Digestion begins in the mouth and it ends at the rectum. Now, here's the thing. You have 100 to 150 trillion cells of bacteria, right?
He's done all the research on this, hasn't he? He really knows his stuff.
Guess what? They starve, and in the process of starving, they start to eat holes through the lining of your gastrointestinal tract, and this leads to something called leaky gut syndrome.
Wow.
So this is where pathogens and things can get inside of your blood and flow to different parts of your body, causing different metabolic issues.
Ooh.
Now, if you look at this particular slide, in the center is gut bacteria, right?
Do you think we can find this guy on the
arrows
internet?
Are indications
if
of
we can't do
metabolic
anything
syndromes.
in the next
So
few minutes,
if you know anyone that suffers
and see if I can find his phone number.
Arthritis, cancer, skin issues, diabetes, HIV, autism, mental health issues, anxiety, depression, right? I would ask you to put a 1 in the chat, but we got some special people here, so you can't put numbers in the chat. Right? So if you know anyone that suffers with obesity, bad sleep, kidney disease, allergies,
let's see if we can find this guy.
Inflammatory bowel disease,
Paris.
allergies, rheumatic disease, liver disease, right? These are all things that extend from your gut microbiome.
I think I found him.
Number one leading cause of death. And all of these things you could look up for yourself, similar to the guy that showed up, tried to disrupt our call. He can look all of these things up himself.
Yeah.
Chronic heart disease is the number one global killer.
Well, I don't think anyone's disputing that.
Than gun violence. The number 2 leading cause of death is cancer. The 3rd leading cause of death is why we're on this call, and that is misdiagnosis. Being prescribed medication that you should not have received in the first place. And the 4th runner-up in this contest is diabetes, ladies and gentlemen. So this is why we have
so this is Q-Quest.
Area of health. But most people are confused about health because of what? Dietary insanity. Which diet is the best diet for you? Is it the pescatarian? Is it the vegetarian? Is it the carnivore diet?
Plant-based.
Which diet is the best diet? Right? Not only dietary insanity.
So he's from Pennsylvania.
There's a supplement for every single thing that you experience. Headache, right? Arthritis, right? Bone density.
And we might as well start up
a
profile on him, man.
And 6,000 new ones are introduced every single year. And the question we must ask is, when are those things going to work?
When are they going to work?
Right? So what I want you to understand is our product is globally sourced. That is from all continents, ladies and gentlemen, and nobody can touch this. Our product is globally sourced from Northern America, like Greenland, Southern Mexico, Guatemala, Mediterranean regions.
Wow.
Central America, South
That's why
America,
COVID spread
East
around the world
Africa,
so quick, because we're
Indian
a global,
regions,
aren't we?
Middle East, Central
He
Europe,
knows his stuff.
Central Asia, Himalayan mountains, Southern China, Taiwan,
Oh,
Indonesia,
my God.
and Fiji.
And
what I want you to understand about that is
we have
this.
the cure for cancer.
Every different area that I spoke about has different microbiomes, meaning the bacteria in the soil in Northern America, like Greenland, is completely different from Central Europe. The bacteria that's in the soil in Central Europe is different from the bacteria in East Africa. The bacteria in Indian regions is different from Central America. You understand? So these are differences, ladies and gentlemen. And because of these differences in the bacterial strain in the soil, it affects the exotic fruits and vegetables. And this is why we have different fruits and vegetables.
Right.
And this is how you increase the diversity of the bacterial colonization inside of your gut. This is the only way to do it.
Right.
Now, what's also important about all these different continents, you have different people living
False
to over
claims?
100 plus years old. We call them centenarians. You have people in Japan. Right?
This is love by me,
They're
isn't
living
it?
to over
Love.
100 plus years old. They're one of the longest living peoples, by the way. You have the Hunza people in northern Pakistan living to 100 plus years old. There's a certain religious sect of people in California that's living to over 100 plus years old. Why is that? They all have different diets, which tells you that diet is secondary. But what they do have is high levels of good gut bacterial diversity. That is the difference, ladies and gentlemen. And this is why we're here tonight. Now, the P84 is a masterpiece of this. It's a masterpiece. Of health. We feed, strengthen, and detoxify the gut, right? The P84 will improve every daily working condition of every system and function inside of your body, right? The gut is connected to every single part of your body. Research has identified this. So anybody that has any questions can research it themselves.
Yeah.
There's the gut microbiome brain connection, the gut microbiome hormone connection, the gut microbiome immune connection.
Yeah, but it's all about body absorption,
the
isn't
gut
it?
microbiome musculoskeletal connection, the gut microbiome skin connection, the gut microbiome heart and lung connection, ladies and gentlemen. This tells you that the gut is connected to every single part.
The gut is connected to the knee bone, and the knee bone is connected to the thigh bone.
Has 84 microbiome friendly
84 microbiome.
Right? 15 targeted probiotics, 10 globally sourced botanical blends, 2 powerful formulas to make 1 superior daily system. This is very important.
So just while I'm researching here, what I've done is the Zoom link
healthy
that he's
and
broadcasting
microbiome.
the meeting with.
It's great for your physical performance,
sexual
performance, mental alertness, energy, stress and anxiety management,
it's not coming,
sleep improvement, weight management, immune system effectiveness, heart
asking
health,
the computer
skin
to do a
health
little bit too much.
Ocular health, and the
so these are the
function
type of
every
adverts
organ,
that
every
you'll
system,
see,
and every cell
and these
inside
are
of your body.
the main people.
Our
So in
P84
here
has 84 ingredients.
we've got, what's his name?
We have the green blend, which is for your
Mr.
immunity
Paris.
and anti-aging.
He's not in the list.
Inside of this green blend, it has
But
all
if you
these
go down
different
here, you can see
areas,
that's
right?
the
Barley
link to
grass,
the
green
meeting
apple,
today.
kale, spinach, broccoli, chlorella,
And that was on the
which is
5th of
powerful.
May.
Chlorella
So these are
chelates heavy metals
this will
like
be the
lead
quest
and
team.
mercury, which are
And I've
two of
already
the
started a
primary
profile on
concerns,
this
especially in
guy.
this country.
So if we
Lead
go over
causes learning
here,
disabilities in children.
you can see that I've already got a
Lead
profile
contributes to the
on his
number
colleague.
1 global killer, which is chronic heart
And
disease.
if you come
And
into
scientific, you
here,
can look
you can
at
see that this guy has
PubMed.gov,
been providing,
NIH, you can look at all these different places.
and this isn't a public database,
Right?
it's accessed by
The
government
second
departments.
thing, heavy
So,
metal that chlorella helps to bind
and we
and
go in
chelate,
here, and we
right,
link him to his
mercury.
Ponzi scheme.
Mercury is a neurotoxin. Kills
And
your brain
now I
cells.
need to find a
So this
photo
is
of
why
him.
this green
And
blend
there he
for
is there.
immunity
Bit of an
and
old photo.
anti-aging is so
Let's
powerful.
grab that
We have
photo.
our yellow-orange blend, which is for energy and vitality.
And we'll go
Has
back to
mango
here.
in it. Our red blend is for
We'll go into
circulatory health
marketers.
with pomegranate, dulce,
And we
red
will
beets. Our blue and purple blend is for
add his photo in
antioxidant
there
and
when I
mental health.
find it.
Because anytime you're
Here
looking
he
to
is.
anything to do with your mental health, you have to look towards the berry kingdom.
The Berry
This is
Kingdom.
why blueberries are at the top of the list.
They
They're
are.
purple in colors because they
They're
have
very good. And then what you need to do is
which is a
recruit other
powerful
people,
antioxidant.
and you can be a
The
blueberry
next thing we
salesman.
have here is our Phytopower 1, which has pre, pro, and postbiotics. The prebiotics are the food for the bacteria, right? Imagine that you're going to war and you don't have any food. What's going to happen?
Oh.
You're going to starve, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
this is why the prebiotics are the fuel for the beneficial bacteria with Jerusalem artichoke, which is an intestinal cleanser. It cleans out
That's
your
a
colon.
Zoom meeting
Because
again.
inside of your colon, certain parts of it, you absorb nutrients and minerals.
Invitation.
We have inulin, baobab fruit, which helps your body to produce a hormone called GLP-1. GLP-1 is known as what? Ozempic, Manjaro.
Right. I'll give you some entertainment while I go and hunt for another Zoom meeting. We've got 5 minutes before other Zoom meetings may start up.
The Lactobacillus rhamnosus is very important, ladies and gentlemen. Lactobacillus reuteri or reuteri helps your body to produce a hormone called oxytocin, the love hormone. Lactobacillus plantarum, Lactobacillus acidophilus is very important as well for protecting your urinary tract system and your reproductive system. Lactobacillus helveticus is important for what? For calcium absorption, right? And bone density. As a matter of fact, a lot of these bacteria help with calcium absorption. So that's why this is just so powerful, ladies and gentlemen. These are some things,
ladies and gentlemen,
you'll never hear in another product.
No, never. Except the one I was doing the video about
which
this morning.
Which includes papain from papayas, amylase to help you break down starches or sugars, cellulase to break down the starch in green leafy vegetables, which we call cellulose.
Cellulose.
Bromelain is from what? Pineapples. That helps you to digest what? Proteins.
Well, we need pineapples in our life, don't we?
Your immune system as well. Lactase helps you to break down the milk sugar, which we call.
Let's see if we can get the last of the Zoom meetings open. We don't want to miss any broadcast today.
Product, ladies and gentlemen. The Phytopower 2, which is the second part, our second blend, has the botanical blend. It has phyto and detox blend, which includes blueberry, grapeseed, noni, which has a lot of polyphenols. And polyphenols have a lot
and they're such minute,
and they help to protect your DNA. Remember, in the Caribbean,
amount in these products that you can't actually absorb them.
To let it sweat. But we now know it's fermentation, right? You never got sick when you took noni, right? It tastes bad, look bad, smell bad, all that stuff.
It's going to be a bit crackly because we've
got
too many tabs open.
A lot of antioxidant. It's just a powerful formula. Cranberry for urinary tract detoxification. We have our glutathione precursor blend with spinach and moringa leaf. Now, glutathione, to understand, this helps to protect your liver, right? It's very powerful. The body's #1 antioxidant. Moringa leaf helps your body to what? To chelate, right?
Chelate.
Microplastics. And that's a big problem going around because there's plastic everywhere. Now, the toxin binding and inflammatory reduction blend includes blackberry and raspberry. The fermentative assistant
raspberry
blend has
umbushi.
And probiotic reactive oxygen species blend is for your gut barrier and an integrity blend because these probiotics help your body to make a chemical called butyrate. Butyrate is what protects and rebuilds the gut lining and closes those junctions for people that have
so if you've got a leaky gut, you want to listen to Anton here.
Sinus cavities, right?
Right.
So that's why this is just powerful. Now, we have 84 perfectly blended ingredients, which is very important for your overall health because these owners have went through 400 different plant sources only to come back with 84.
God, that'd be a lifetime's job, wouldn't it?
Ingredients for your overall health, ladies and gentlemen. This is what's in here. It says 69% of people don't consume enough green foods on a daily basis. And green foods are great for many things. Like
but he's got the solution for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Neurological health, anti-aging, anti-diabetic. 74% of people don't consume enough red foods. 76% of people don't
That'll be me.
Consume enough plant-based eater, you see. And 80% of people don't consume enough yellow foods, ladies and gentlemen. And these statistics are on a World Health Organization's
mum and dad told you
website.
to eat your greens, but they didn't tell you to eat your blues and your yellows.
These numbers came from. You can look it up for yourself. Now, one of the most important things to understand is that certain bacteria we have.
Do you feel like you've been gaslit too? Is this like an open discussion?
Each strain of bacteria requires a different color to give you overall or optimal health.
Eat all your greens.
Some bacteria do not require green foods, so they don't like it. Some bacteria don't like red foods. They may like yellow foods. Some bacteria may not like blue and purple foods. They may like yellow or green foods. You understand? So
yeah.
How to address the complete microbiome health?
You buy the product.
Rainbow, ladies and gentlemen. Our parents used to tell us to eat our greens, but they really should.
Yeah, they go.
To eat
Same
our colors.
speech every day.
Look what happens when you don't consume these these fruits and
Do
vegetables.
you grow horns?
In this color array.
You don't
Right? Some
float when you
people
go to
suffer
the beach for a swim?
Alzheimer's problem, bladder problem, prostate problems,
Oh my
lung
God,
problems,
scare tactics.
diabetes. You understand?
I mean,
So
this one's
that's
the
why
worst
it's
one, isn't
important
it?
to feed these hundreds of trillions of bacteria
This is
what
the
they
scare
need
tactics they've
in
got to
order
give
keep
people to
us
buy their
healthy.
products.
Now, what makes the people
This is what you
better than
this is what you
anything
do when
else
you leave
is
school and you
because we
don't get
have
a
84
qualification. You start getting on the internet and you try
We
to
have 10
recruit people
products
into
in one.
building a
We have
passive income.
phytonutrients, polyphenols, targeted probiotics, prebiotics, digestive enzyme, fermented foods, superfoods, and postbiotics.
This company's got the
ladies and
perfect
gentlemen.
health
That's what makes
solution
our
to
P84
everything,
better
isn't
than
it?
anything else that you've seen out there. Now, this is the targeted probiotics. I just spoke about the P84 extensively. That
All right,
is
it's on
to
the
build,
hour. We should have quite a few
feed, and
meetings starting up now.
detoxify
We can
your
get rid of
gut,
this idiot.
right? That's where you want to start. These targeted probiotics are areas of your health that you target. We have the next hydration, which is on this chart. And you may be wondering, why are we talking about hydration? Because hydration is important for what? Your cardiovascular health. Hydration is important for your nutrient absorption. Hydration is important for your kidneys. And let me tell you why.
Why?
A lot of people drink water and they think water hydrates them, but that's not so. You need
Is that right?
glucose,
Well,
and you also need
last time I
crucial
got stuck in the
electrolytes.
desert,
The next hydration has the perfect
I should have taken
ratio
your pills.
of sodium to potassium for your cardiovascular health.
Oh my
It has
God, the bullshit
perfect
that you
ratio
hear.
of calcium to magnesium for what? For nutrient absorption, for that methylation process. I'm gonna get into that because this is something near and dear to me, right? Because a lot of people suffer with this and don't understand why. Now let's get into the Phytopower X and why this is so important. This Phytopower X is our extreme energy.
Lose my password on this
You're
one.
not gonna crash on this. This is not like
Crash.
the other types of energy products where you just crash and burn after you.
What other products?
That's not what this particular product is, ladies and gentlemen.
I gave you.
Phytopower X is what? It has targeted probiotics. It has targeted probiotics. It has about 20 billion colony forming.
All right, so we should have a few
by
meetings
itself. This
about to
has
start now. Now I've logged
adaptogens
into all.
in like reishi
We
mushroom
have
and
180
cordyceps
tabs
for
open.
oxygen uptake. Natural sources of caffeine, ladies and gentlemen. But let me tell you what the real
Right,
thing is.
so
Real
get rid of
energy comes
one
from
browser.
oxygen. And that's why these mushrooms are so important. It has all the B vitamins, ladies and gentlemen, and they're methylated from B1 to B12. Here's what's really important. In order to make blood cells, you need folate and you need B12 and other cofactors, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen,
One
ladies and
carbon
gentlemen,
thing,
he's got
which we
a.
call methylation,
Ladies and gentlemen,
is how you make DNA.
Ladies and
It's how you
gentlemen,
make proteins. It's how you make neurotransmitters like serotonin, right? Dopamine. That's why this is so important. A lot of
So
people
important.
consume something called
this
folic
is your number
acid,
one
which
priority in
is
life is to
synthetic.
take his
It's
product
sprayed
so
on
you
your
don't
grains.
die
It's in your rice, your
of
pasta, your
cancer
breads,
or
all
get
of these
diabetes
different things,
or high blood pressure.
right?
And if you
Most
are
people
currently
have a
experiencing any
problem
of
with
those
this
things, including a heart
methylation
attack right
process,
now, you
meaning
can take
they
his
cannot
pills.
convert folic acid into
They're
folate.
all the same,
And
these
if you
crabs.
cannot convert
This is what multi-level marketing does to you. This guy will
acid
think,
into folate, methylfolate,
this guy will be
you can't
thinking
make
this is
red
his
blood cells.
job.
You
And this
can't
is
make
how he's
neurotransmitters
been
like
told,
dopamine,
he's
right?
been
A lot of
brainwashed
people have
into
a problem
thinking
with their
that
thyroid,
if he keeps pushing
right?
this Zoom meeting down your throat and
Methylation
you
is a
sign up,
one
this is how
carbon
he's going to
thing,
build his
and the
passive income.
microbiome
Isn't that
helps
crazy?
your body, that influences that, ladies and gentlemen. But this targeted probiotic right here, this Phyto X,
This one here?
guess what?
Guess
You're going
what?
to get about 10 to 16 hours of energy off of this right here. So do
Boom.
not take it at night, right? The Phytopower B is our next targeted probiotic, and this helps to block the
Wow.
sugar.
So
to
all
protect
this for
your gut, because we
probiotics.
all know sugar is toxic, especially high
Oh,
fructose
yeah.
corn syrup.
Well,
We
the
know
other
this,
company,
right? High fructose corn syrup is very toxic. This is why when you have cancer, they tell you, the first thing they tell you is stop eating sugar.
okay.
The Phytopower C is for calm and stress management, ladies and gentlemen. This targets your brain. Because if you're not getting 6 to 8 hours of sleep on a daily basis, you're going to have mental issues. You're going to forget a lot.
Begin
right?
luck.
You're going to get
Is
angry.
that like Jenny from the
easily.
block?
The Phytopower C is going to help to keep you calm, ladies and gentlemen, right? And get that deep REM sleep. One of the most important things about deep REM sleep
He's like a
you have
professor, isn't he?
specific strains of bacteria that only come out when you get deep REM sleep to help repair the neurological
Right, we've gone through the whole
system
list
or
of
your
my
glial
180
cells, because you have
browsers.
damaged brain cells every day, every
And
night.
we ain't got anything new for
So
you yet,
this
guys.
is why
So we have to listen
Phytopower
to
C
this
is so
drop kick.
important. Phytopower E is a light energy formula, natural ingredients, natural sources of caffeine, targeted probiotics. You know, this is the light energy, right? You can take that and you could possibly go to sleep with this one. The
I
fighter
think I
power
should open
high
up
is for
another
your immune
6
system,
tabs.
because 70 to 80%
I am
of our
wondering how
immune
many
system is
tabs
in the
I've got
gut
open.
microbiome.
Just saying.
You have different types of immunity. You have the innate immune system, which is always on guard,
I
right?
think we need to push
That's
it to the
that's
limit.
that's the
Emails
security guard,
needed.
always looking for a pathogen or something to to
Open
get rid of.
Zooms.
And if that innate immune system is not strong enough, so to speak, or it gets taken out, guess what? It has to call for help. It has to call for backup. You know what that backup is? Your adaptive immune system, ladies and gentlemen. And
Ladies
that
and
comes out
gentlemen.
and boom, gets rid of it. Because remember, every bacteria in your body has a job to do, right? Some of them work in nature, some of them are working in the hospital, some are in the military, some of them in the police force, right? So this fighter power I is very important. Fighter power T is for that's the
Okay, so we're just opening
burning
another
product. A lot
6
of people have
browsers.
visceral fat, which is very difficult to burn. So now our thermogenic fat burning product is going to help you to burn that, gentlemen. The fighter power W is for weight management. And this is very important because this particular product helps your body to produce that GLP-1.
GLP-1
helps to regulate your insulin levels, and it also helps to regulate your appetite, curb appetite. It's a feedback when you're full. It's because the bacteria is communicating with your brain and telling you to stop eating, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, understand? You need to listen to this.
So fighter power W is very important. GLP-1, we know it in the form of Ozempic or Mounjaro. Those are the synthetic versions. You're going to get this naturally because synthetic products usually side effects. These are some testimonials right here. Miss Millicent Reed had arthritis in her right knee. And
Oh, here we go. The fat and the skinny guys.
Taking steroid shots, but steroid for a long period of time is definitely not good for you. So she started taking our product. Not only she did not.
This is where he gets the medical evidence. Uh-oh.
Not have enough. She didn't have as much person. Mr. Paulino Chavez, if you look at the visceral fat in the stomach here and look at the after, he lost 11.5 pounds. Sonia Range, her son Tyrell, has a thyroid issue, right?
Right.
Guess what? He was losing hair in the middle of his head. He started taking our product, and in about 2 to 3 weeks, his hair started to grow back. Give the body
Oh my God, he grew here. Oh, I want it.
Heal itself.
Oh
Mr.
my
Russell
God, when
McCoy
did he
Jr.
start
was
growing hair
205
though?
pounds then. He's now 185 pounds. Miss Tammy right here, her skin was dry, wrinkled. She had bags under her eyes. But look at her skin now.
Wow.
Right? It's smooth and radiant. Healthy gut, healthy skin, healthy gut, healthy heart, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
We give the body the raw materials that it needs. It has an innate ability to heal
This
itself.
meeting is being
Our
recorded.
product is formulated simple
Don't get
and
too
pure.
excited.
All of these stamps of approval. USDA organic, because we are a nutraceutical company. We are fruits and vegetables. We're not medicine.
Oh,
right?
okay. But you're giving medical
is regulated
claims.
by the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. We don't have any drugs, right? So you don't need clinical trials for blueberries, right? And other fruits and vegetables. 100% vegan.
But you can claim it's going to
free,
cure
gluten-free,
every health
100%
problem that people have got.
We all know that fruits and
So when the guy
vegetables are
stops
good
taking
for
his
us.
heart
Our headquarters
medication and
of
dies,
Love
you're going to
Biome is
say,
in
oh, give him an
Provo,
apple.
Utah, and it's just
This meeting is
magnificent.
being
The
recorded.
mountains is just the mountains scenery is just amazing. This is the interior of our headquarters. This is the logistics center in the U.S. We ship to all parts of the United States, products to everywhere in the U.S. This is the European fulfillment center. We ship to all parts of Europe as well.
Fulfillment center.
This is the Taiwan facility, and we ship to all parts of Asia.
Wait, you own the whole building? What one? The one on the left or the one on the right?
These are the NFR markets we're in. All the colorful areas are the areas of the world that we're in, ladies and gentlemen. Hong Kong, Indonesia,
New Zealand. Don't forget New Zealand.
Korea, Singapore, Ghana, South Africa, Kenya. Right. The gray areas are the areas we're not in. Now, these are some articles that you can look up for yourself. The gentleman that was on earlier, if you had any interest in understanding this is on pubmed.gov, right? Microbiome and your digestion, healthy gut and healthy heart.
But you're not selling products here. You're selling multi-level marketing.
Feeling that links depression and anxiety.
That's the next thing.
Have you ever had a gut feeling before?
About?
What about when you saw somebody that you like? You got butterflies in your stomach, right? Your knees got weak, right? You didn't have a brain feeling. You had a gut feeling, ladies and gentlemen. What about you see somebody that you don't like? You get a feeling as well, right? Listen, the gut is the brain, ladies and gentlemen, right? So these are some articles that you can look up for yourself. Now, these multi-billion-dollar corporations are doing a lot of things about gut health. Disney, Pixar made a cartoon called Inside Out Part 2, right? Documented the emotional changes of a teenager, Riley. She was experiencing anxiety, which is from your gut.
I wonder how this guy actually is going to get on
right?
if he ever
all
gets
of these
hauled
different
up.
things. They're not doing this by accident. Dove is adjusting its formula to be
just
what?
come on and say she can't
Microbiome
find any
gentle.
Zooms, and I'm
Why
sitting
do
here
they
with my
want to be gentle
180
with your
browsers
microbiome?
open,
Because they
thinking the same
understand that
thing.
the microbiome is key to health. Netflix has made a
Holiday.
documentary called Hack Your Health, The Secrets of Your Gut. Purina is making gut microbiome products for your pets because they know, ladies and gentlemen, they know. Right now, how to use our products, and the prices are all based on subscription. The P84 is $170, and all you're going to do is mix this in 8 ounces of water, Fighter 1 and 2,
Hold it. Prescription.
and combine it and drink.
Did he say prescription?
All right. The Fighter Power T and the Fighter Power X are $45, and everything else is $39.
So Megan's having a day off as well.
16 ounces of water and enjoy it. That's it. The P84 is for your complete microbiome health. Prebiotics, probiotics, and postbiotics, ladies and gentlemen. Everything that you need to feed, strengthen, and detoxify your gut, ladies and gentlemen. That's what the P84 is going to do.
We did have Randy
now,
on, but he kicked me out, but I'm back in there again.
5 to 10 minutes and talk about the opportunity section of the presentation.
Oh, the opportunity
side.
If
you only wanted to hear about the health portion, you can feel free to hop off and get back to the person that invited you.
Because you need to go back to the person that invited you, because it's multi-level marketing.
Now, the opportunity is only opportunity if you can see it. It's never gone, ladies and gentlemen. It's always passed on to the next prepared person. But your mind
turn my camera on in this room.
Similar to a parachute. You jump out of an airplane, you want to open your parachute. This is similar to your mind, ladies and gentlemen. So what do you get? You're getting access, ladies and gentlemen. Because this is the era of the microbiome, the 21st century self-revolution. Back in the early 90s, they had the super juice, right? They had Noni, which is one, Mono V. Right, back in the late 2000, there was the super fruit revolution, and then late 2000, you had the coffee revolution, the healthy coffee.
Yeah, organo coffee.
21st century revolution, which is the microbiome. Over 26,000 citations if you are interested in looking it up. Now, what I said earlier is you're getting access to a global wellness economy, which is a $4.5 trillion market. We're in a healthy eating and nutrition space and weight loss space, a $1 trillion market. $1 trillion market. Personal care and beauty care, because everyone wants to look good from the inside out, outside in. Right? These are $1 trillion industries by themselves, and you're getting access because the point of entry is very low. You can work from home or anywhere.
Well, guys, I think I've had enough of this guy, and as Jelly Stack says, I think it's a holiday.
So we're
probably not going to find anyone.
That's it. Now, these are the starter packs that you can start with. The P84 retails for $225. You're going to get it for $170 along with free shipping. On subscription, that is. The P84 Gold is for two people.
How much does it cost to get the subscription?
You're going to get it for $330, right, on subscription and with free shipping. This is the income celebration of the P84 Advantage, ladies and gentlemen. We call it a building advantage, ladies and gentlemen. Why? Because the people you know qualify you to get paid, but the people they know explodes your revenue or your income. We are building blocks, the P84 building blocks. 4 P84 subscriptions in 1 week creates a P84
all right, shut down some Zooms. Hopefully it might be a bit smoother.
2 P84 Golds can do it, and 1 P84 Gold and 2 P84.
Bound to be a meeting in here sooner or later.
Building block, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you maximize your income.
Oh, I should go back to
get 4 to win.
Checking
level 1 and level 2 are
links.
20% when you build these 4 building blocks. That's 40% in revenue. So what you're doing is like all subscriptions. It's like a cumulus cloud, ladies and gentlemen. All subscriptions enrolled every day, any day, day by day, funnel into this cloud, ladies and gentlemen, and it gets cumulative, sort of like a rain cloud when it gets all the moisture and it just boom, explodes, ladies and gentlemen. That's what these P84 building blocks do. And this is accelerated weekly income from level 1 to level 2, which is 25% and 25%. So if you have 4 people, and this is at 25% each, and this gives you a minimum income of $520 in weekly income. Now, if you have 4 people, right?
Right.
Enroll 4 people.
I'm just opening up the last of the Zoom meetings that I've got that have been given to us in the WhatsApp group.
$3,120 happening there. Minimum weekly income, ladies and gentlemen. This is our Love Biome compensation plan. When you join us, there's 5 leadership levels: merchant, builder, leader, star performer, and elite performer. The sweet spot in all of this is leader, because at leader, you collect 3 different types of compensation.
I want to be a leader.
Your fast start bonus, 15% and 10%.
All right, we're going through here.
Right, level 1 and level 2, 4% from level 3 all the way to level 6. And then your second check is 3%, 3% leadership bonus. And then you get 5% at level 7.
Saw your name in the chat room.
Now you get 16% of the dynamic compression bonus pool, which is the global revenue that the company allows everybody to share.
Business fundamentals 101.
Now, star performer, the only difference is your money gets bigger. You get 5% from level 3 all the way to level 6.
What else we got?
And your second check or revenue, it's 5% leadership bonus. You get level 7 at 5%, and you open up level 8 at 3%.
Right,
Your
should we ditch
third
this guy and turn the camera on
stream,
and let him
right,
know that
it's
we're in here?
24% of the dynamic compression bonus pool. This is where everybody at Strong Performer gets to share in that global revenue. Now, elite performer is where your money just skyrockets, right? 5% from level 3 all the way to level 8. Your second check is a 10% leadership bonus. And now for your third check, you have 60% of the dynamic compression bonus pool or the global revenue, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let's have some
Now
fun,
this
eh?
allows you to get the 3% of global
Let's
volume
turn my camera
infinity
on.
bonus, 2025 infinity bonus, ladies and gentlemen, paid after 3 months. Who gets paid to infinity, right? Or who would like to get paid to infinity? This is our success stories, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get my
we have Miss Valencia Palmfield right here. She's the first person to make $1 million in the company. Mr.
Wow.
Makasi Anika has made over $600,000, along with Judy Chu and Nick Sue.
Oh,
Dr.
there's the
Tamir
people at
has
the
made
top of the
over
pyramid.
$400,000. Mr. Freddie Jatasha Harris has made over $250,000. Alf Ringgold and Inka Falkovic and Pastor Alkaline
here we
John
go.
as well,
We're in
ladies
the
and
room.
gentlemen. All of these individuals did one thing. One-time $25 investment. You know how stupendous is that? That's amazing. One-time $25 allows you to get all these different things. They send you on trips too. The Dubai Elite event in 2023 was where Mr. Makasi and Janine Anika and other leaders from around the company joined them on a Dubai trip. They had dinner in the sky. They rode on the backs of camels, right? All these, they rode doom buggies, all these different exciting things because they're helping people to become healthy. The 2024 Leadership Reward Trip was a Greek cruise. 18 people from our team, Team Quest, went on this cruise. Mr. Makasi Anika and Janine Anika, as well as Ms. Evelyn Whitmore and her husband, and Mr. Fred and Jatasha Harris, as well as Ms. Adelma Harrigan. All of these individuals, along with Ms. Claire Turboard, Ms. Doreen Carr, right? Karen Steer, Evelyn Whitmore. All of these individuals, ladies and gentlemen, had a 7-night, 7-day Greek cruise with 24-hour butler service. Our Global Leadership Summit is going to be in Seattle, Washington, August 12th through the 15th. And after that, ladies and gentlemen, for all the people that qualify, they're going to go on an Alaskan luxury cruise performance reward trip. August 15th
that sounds good.
To the 22nd, ladies and gentlemen.
I won't put my hand up because you can't see me.
This is the team from Japan. This is the team from Mexico. This is the European team, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Japanese team. And this is our team, Team Quest, right? And
we're Team Quest.
The K is silent, ladies and gentlemen. It stands for Kings and Queens United, expressing successful thoughts, where you get team building, training, conference call, webinars, company events from the CEO of Quest himself, Mr. Makasi Anika, and his leadership team. Now, these are some events that are going on right now, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, Friday, July 18th, 5:30 p.m. Miss Jatasha Harris.
Here we go.
She will be in, man, you found it back in here around. You know what? Just stay on the call. I'm not even going to kick you out.
Excellent. Okay,
All right, Miss Jatasha Harris. She's going to be in Gainesville, Florida, July 18th. And this is going to be a powerful event. It'll be hosted by Mr. Brenda Johnson and Ms. Tawanda Williams as well. This guy is funny. We're going to be besties, man. Then you have Ms. Jatasha Harris, July 19th, 1 p.m. She'll be in Gainesville, Florida. And this is going to be a powerful event hosted by Mr. Brenda Johnson, Mr. Nate Olive, and Ms. Tawanda Williams. Then you're going to have Ms. Jatasha Harris again. She's everywhere, right? She's going to be in Ocoee, Florida. Listen, what's her name? Stephanie. You can go to Ocoee, Florida too, right? She's going to be in Ocoee, Florida.
I can rename myself.
Marianne Ferguson, Belinda Foster, Joyanne Josiah, Sandra Ventura. It's going to be powerful. Then you have Mr. Makasi Anika himself, right? He will be a virtual speaker, July 26, 5:30 p.m. He'll be in Port Morris, St. Catherine, Jamaica, West Indies, ladies and gentlemen, hosted by none other than Mr. Lawford and Nicole Campbell and Miss Jacqueline Campbell. It's going to be a powerful event. Here's what I'm going to tell you right here, ladies and gentlemen. You can eat all the healthy foods you want, all the organic foods, but if your gut isn't absorbing nutrients properly, they will go to waste. Listen, you have two options. You can do nothing because we don't force anybody to do what they don't want to do.
Yes, you do.
We don't force people to join, right? And we don't jump on people's call and interrupt it. But guess what? Your life next year will be exactly like it is, right? If you do nothing. So you don't have to join us. The second option you have is you could join Love Biome, join Team Quest, build a successful business, change your life. This is the brand to do it. This is the time to do it. And this is Love Biome, ladies and gentlemen. And I always like to end it by saying it's been a plum-pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege, right? What is that? Aren't you the crypto guy? Listen, why don't you go mess with people with crypto? Does this look like crypto to you?
Multi-level marketing.
Oh
Turn the
my
mic on.
God.
Turn the mic
Listen,
on.
call me after the call. We could talk. We can go on your podcast. Why do you have that green screen? Take it down to see your background, see where you are. Right? This guy's a
This guy's an idiot. Well, I don't think I'd be calling somebody an idiot when I'm in a Zoom meeting trying to recruit people to sign up so you get a subscription. Just saying. Anyway, that was sort of quite fun. So that was well, it wasn't really fun. It was pretty boring, to be honest. So just going through what we've got here at the moment. We're looking for a Zoom meeting. We've got my scout out here, and she's still searching for Zoom meetings, but we don't have much luck. So rather than let this video go on for ages, oh my God, there is one. I think we know what that one is. 38 people. Hold it. Let's have a listen. It will probably be Ride B&B. Anytime you get a Zoom meeting with a picture like that, you can just about guarantee it's India because they can't afford computers. Just saying. Let's have a listen. Yeah, so that's my guess. Now, if we want to figure out who that is, oh, hold it. Is that Coach? Hold it. We might be something different here. What have we got? We've got Team Dynamics. Oh, they're quite fun. We might leave them. We'll push them over to the side until later, just in case we have to get desperate. We'll go back to the start and go through the whole lot again. One there. We'll see what we've got. But Team Dynamics, I think they're pushing Dreams Are Us or Dream something. Dream Your Way, something like that. Some dream. Some of these names you have to laugh at, though. They're quite creative. It's all to do with money and wealth and perceived wealth. Well, I've been removed. Randy's hosting, so we could... Randy doesn't like me today. So we're going to go refresh. And we will go and get a new name. We'll see whether Randy's still... He must get an email when people are in a Zoom meeting. Oh, they're in the session. Oh, well, there's a test for us. Let's see what we can do something here. We'll shut that window down. We will go in there with everyone's... We've got 4... All right, I'll show you how you do this, kids. Okay, so we're going to go to this screen here. So Randy's decided to not let us into his meeting. So we have a, would you believe this? We have a list of all the people that go into their meetings, you see. So first thing I want to make sure is I don't have my camera on. Here we go. And I'm going to pick names of people that he knows could be friends. And we'll do that one. And then we'll go to Roy. And then we'll do this one. And whether he's having a private meeting or a big meeting, they won't be able to help themselves. They'll either let me in or they will kick me out because they're having a private meeting. So let's see what happens here. They must think I use software, but there you go. There's my secrets right there and then. So let's see if we get in there. Please let us in your Zoom meeting, Randy, or Samantha, I should say. Go on, Samantha. Joyce has Zoomed. Oops, Joyce has, host has joined. We'll let you know when they're here. So they'll have to click on 4 buttons. There we go. One's been removed. Let's go. Let's go through them all, Randy or Samantha. 2's been removed. And do we know Roy? No, he's been removed. And they know that we're here today. Isn't that kind of funny? And we've all been gone. They must be having a private meeting. That's the only way because they can't stop us otherwise. So that was quite funny. I enjoyed that. Don't know about you guys, but I did. Let's go back to the main window and we'll start shutting down some other Zoom meetings. So Randy's working on a holiday because he's a multi-millionaire and he just needs to get into Zoom and tells you about video marketing. No, what he's doing, he's got video email, which is absolutely a bit of a scream, really. Right. Well, my next video is actually going to be one showing a website that I've just finished off a website. And we've done a marketing video for it and we've sold it to a customer. And I'm going to show you that in a second. But we've got another website ready to go. And this one's to do with cars, car accessories. So we're looking forward to getting that one going. But we'll go through them. So this one here is 57 people. Don't think it's worthwhile doing it. In fact, it's not. So anyway, we created a website the other day called snuggler.co.nz, and it's a baby website. And we sell baby products. And I've sold it to a customer, and now we're training him how to use it, which is quite cool. But what I do is I teach him how to source products and how to upload products and how to make them all work beautifully. All the products are imported and delivered directly to the customer. And he's quite excited because I gave him the handover of this website 48 hours ago, perhaps, and he's been adding products in. So now what I do is I go back and I look at the products he's adding and making sure he's adding products that with good descriptions, and make sure he's doing them right. So far, that looks quite good. And I don't know, what are these plastic bags? Refill trash bags. Oh, that's interesting. But I can come down here and go to best sellers. I'm striking out. Yeah, me too. And you can see some of the products that he's just added, which I like doing. So that's what we do for a living. And if you wonder how I support myself on the internet, I set up these shops for people, and we've just finished up doing a car part one. And it's going to be pretty cool. So looking forward to seeing that customer get his products online. And I think it won't take long for this to find itself in the search engine. So we have a test product here ready to go. If we search for this product, is it visible in the search engines yet? That is the question. And the answer to that in a short word is no. Can't see it in the top 10 there. But when it starts ranking in the search engines or showing in the search engines, then the customer will start getting sales, and that's how it works. So it's pretty cool. But anyway, that's what I'm doing. The other thing that we do help the customer do, like we create blogs. So I've created all these blogs. I created this website myself, and we have a blog, and these are all designed to help people, find the website. So I'm just going to have a wee look. So this one's all about travel. I'm going to chuck the title of the blog into the search engines and see if we come up at all anywhere yet. It's only been live 48 hours, so I'm just hoping that it's going to show pretty soon. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. So my video I'm going to do this afternoon will actually be on that. And I'm striking out as well. Well, let's call it a day and let's enjoy our other life that we have. I'm going to go out from here. I'm going to cook myself a nice breakfast with some eggs on toast. I've got this amazing bread that at the moment it's sourdough bread, and I've been eating that, and I found a new supplier, and it's beautiful. So if you don't know how sourdough bread's made, normally it ferments for about 3 days before they cook it into bread. And if you've got a gluten-free intolerance, you can normally eat sourdough bread, and that's why I eat it, because I used to be gluten-free, but not so much these days. But I do watch the food I eat. But it's quite nice to be able to find food that you can eat. Well, that doesn't look like there's anyone else here. We are, as they say, striking out. So you'll see a video come online in a few minutes, which will be a premiere. That will be the very start of this video. And this was just my live version of the video. And let's hope that we can stop people who are looking for a passive income opportunity getting involved in multi-level marketing. It's not a good idea. You can do other things. You can do drop shipping, for example. That's another way to make money. You don't have to have real products. You do have to have real service. Not so much. But anyway, that's it. That's me for today. Thank you for being here with me, Jelly Snack. You're awesome. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video. See you guys. I'm Danny de Hek, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. I'm here to name and shame anyone running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam. Now, just before I go, something interesting. When I start saying that spiel, my dog, Pixel, gets up and gets ready to go to the lounge. How does he know that's the end of my broadcast? He's a very clever dog. He's standing here waiting to go to the door into the kitchen. All right, see you in the next video. I'm coming, Pixel. Pixel!